doing well. Today's video is on Fandey. Warning, the following content is controversial and might be disturbing for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. What happens when a pop star's career is over? Most people would fall back into the regular routine of day-to-day life. They might get a job in an office or dedicate time to their family. When Malaysian pop star Fandey's career began to stall, however, she turned to black magic. Eventually, she was hanged as a murderer. Fandey was the stage name of Nirmazna Bit T. Ismail. I'm sure I beat up that name. I am very sorry. Actually, I'm really not, because she was a horrible person, but born in 1956 in Malaya, which later became Malaysia, she became one of the country's foremost entertainers. She was a pop star, and her songs were sung across the country. She was also a water ballet dancer whose routines were broadcast throughout the world. But her career could not last forever. When it began to stutter and stall, she had to find a new path. But working in an office was never Mona's dream. Instead, she and her husband became bomohs, the local term for a witch doctor. Eventually, Fandey would not be famous, but she would be infamous. Belief in superstition is not uncommon in Malaysia. When Mona began to delve into the world of spirituality, she found herself to be very successful. Her lingering fame meant that she was the first person many people turned to when they wanted to employ all sorts of black magic. Mona counted numerous high-ranking politicians in Malaysia among her clientele. When they wanted more success in the political world, they would go to Mona. She would arm them with charms and talismans. She counted many of the country's most successful politicians among her clients. In July 1993, this brought a man named Datuk Mazlan Idris to her doorstep. I am so sorry, sir, if I beat up your name. Datuk was an assemblyman for Central Pahang State, but he was ambitious. He wanted to help in furthering his career, and he believed that Mona and her black magic might be the solution. Mona and her husband accepted his challenge. To pay for the ceremony, Datuk withdrew around $12,000 from his account. In exchange for this sum, Mona and her husband promised Datuk political success beyond his wildest dreams. The incantation they would use, Datuk was told, would involve a talisman. The talisman would be a cane and I'm not even close to sure. Spadmi, a type of amulet made from palm oil seeds, which had been owned by a former president of Indonesia. If he held the talisman, Datuk was told that he would be invincible. But to make the incantation work, Datuk would have to take part in a cleansing ritual. They told him to lie down on the floor with his eyes closed, as though he were waiting for money to fall from above. Datuk did as he was told. He lay down in a bed of flowers and herbs with his palms facing upward. He closed his eyes, but no money, imaginary or otherwise, fell onto him. Instead, there was only an axe. Datuk Mazlan Idris was decapitated in an instant, his head chopped clean off. But Mona and her husband were not done. They dismembered the body, partially skinning the corpse as they did so. Datuk was sliced up into 18 pieces, which were then buried in a hole in the ground near Mona's home. The day after Datuk went missing, Mona went on a spending spree. She bought a new Mercedes and arranged for a facelift. But the disappearance of a politician brought a huge amount of police attention. The police began to investigate immediately. They knew about Mona and her rituals. They knew she was associated with high-ranking politicians. When they noticed her spending spree, they interviewed her assistant. Mona's assistant broke under questioning. He told the police everything. 4 days after the murder, the police found the body. Mona, her husband, and her assistant were all arrested. It didn't take long for the jury to find them all guilty. All three were sentenced to death by hanging. After all of their appeals were exhausted, Mona ate a last meal of Kentucky Fried Chicken. All three were hanged on the morning of November 2nd, 2001. According to the prison official, they expressed no remorse, but people have been following Mona's strange behavior during the trial. According to reports, she seemed relentlessly cheerful. She smiled constantly and posed for photographs. It was as though she was enjoying the attention, happy to be famous once again. Every day she wore a bright red dress and commented on the many fans who seemed interested in her life. But in a more chilling moment, just before her execution, Mona muttered the words, "I will never die," all while smiling for the cameras. These final words gave rise to many legends about Mona Fandey. In death, she gained more notoriety than in her twilight years, when her reputation as a pop star had faded. Worldwide organizations such as Amnesty International even spoke out against her execution. But while her case might have been famous around the world, it meant something very different for people in Malaysia. There, the locals still hold a Latin belief in the rituals Mona performed. Mention her name now, and Malaysians will shudder. The superstitions and the strange circumstances surrounding the death of Mona Fandey mean that she is not remembered fondly in the country. She is a ghost story, a warning to naughty children. A horror movie has even been made about her sudden impulsive decision to ritualistically murder a politician. Whether Mona is really dead, whether she preserved herself through magic somehow, everyone knows the truth. But that does not stop the ghost of Mona Fandey from haunting the Malaysian history books. As famous as she was as a pop star, Mona's death turned her into a legend. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. What paranormal or crime-related mystery would you like to see next? I hope you all have a great day.